Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses. Something like
This is 6. This is number 6. So this is soy 6, and Jonny Tello, who's from Toronto and is here in Thailand, has a gym, as I understand, competes in UFC, cage fighting, Muay Thai. I'm not exactly sure of the differences. My brother's the expert when it comes to different types of martial arts. But he's opening a new business called Elevate. I assume, since we're on a street with a lot of bars, that it's a bar, but maybe it's some other business that we can talk about. And we're going to ask him the 3 questions we ask everybody. Where did he come from? I already know the answer. How did he get here? And what is his dream for the future? Tina's pulling me to the side because cars and motorcycles don't really pay attention to people here. They just drive. Although I haven't seen anybody hit yet. I might be the first one.
Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen. Better, bring a better bad because I'm bigger, better. Solo, single, selling several shows at every single second. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Kinda came and crushed the competition. Hope they get the message.
Johnny, how are you doing? Nice to meet you, Danny.
Very nice to meet you.
This is Tina.
Tina, nice to meet you guys.
So this is the new business.
Yeah, it's cannabis. I'm Canadian, so it's...
Does it go with your boxing?
I'm actually sponsored by a bunch of weed companies. Yeah, like 2 actually, about to be 3 soon. So it kind of goes hand in hand, especially in bare knuckle for some reason. A lot of cannabis, either distributors or producers want to sponsor fighters. Yeah.
We can talk for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Come on in.
Or you want to show us around, or?
Yeah. So we're opening, I think, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're just setting up and doing some staff training here.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Swadee Cup. Nice to meet you too. I'm Danny. This is Tina. Tina owns a beauty business in north of Bangkok, in Rangset, in Sinsat Plaza, near Dream World. I'm from Canada. My life's work is helping good small business owners. I've been in 116 countries. And after I was in Japan 4 years ago, I went back to Vancouver, and the world shut down. So my brother,
From Vancouver?
so my brother said start making videos, and that's when I started my YouTube channel. And when I saw Johnny in a Cambodia, because we were on our way to Cambodia.
Yeah, he's in Toronto.
You're from Toronto.
Yeah, I'm from Toronto. Yeah, Brampton.
Brampton.
Yeah, I'm born in Toronto, but raised in Brampton.
I was born north of Toronto in a little town called Minden,
Minden.
Halliburton County.
Okay.
About cottage country.
Yeah, like northeast. Yeah.
I grew up as a Leafs fan and played a lot of hockey up to semi-pro in the States.
That's cool.
Short
I've
time.
been hockey team for like 10 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, long time. And then I started boxing after a while, and then I just kind of left hockey. rounds.
How did you decide to come from Canada to Thailand?
So I made a decision that I wanted to pursue. I had an accident in Canada, and it took me on 4 years. Then I decided to go for it, and then I came out here, and I was like, it's just, at least in Thailand, I was going to be able to have like a bunch of fights, right, short term, and then maybe come back. I was at the time like primarily with MMA, and I was thinking maybe go to the UFC, you know. And then I got here, and then I was here for 3 months, came back home, saved up money, came out here to stay out for at least a year, and then COVID happened 3 months later.
Right.
And then I got pinched in here.
So you, born in Brampton, grew up in Toronto.
No, born in Toronto, grew up in Brampton.
Grew up in Brampton.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And early on, you got involved in boxing.
Yeah. I think I was training 10 to 11 years old.
You were training as a 10 to 11 year old.
Yeah, I think I was 11 at the time.
I don't know a lot about fighting.
Boxing. I used to
Western.
Canada, yeah.
Okay, Golden Gloves kind of stuff.
Golden Gloves, yeah.
Rocky and all that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And then somewhere you changed to Muay Thai or UFC or.
Yeah. So there was I had a tournament where I got beat up real good, and then after that I was like thinking to myself, I think it had to do with me coming up from a rough neighborhood where I was like, man, if that was a street fight, he would have kicked my ass.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta learn how to kick. So I went to a karate school, and I started doing karate there, and then they introduced me to some kickboxing school. Then I started going doing kickboxing. And that time I stopped doing boxing, and then I started learning jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and I was doing MMA for like years. And then I started fighting underground MMA when it was illegal in Canada.
Illegal.
It was illegal, yeah. So we had it in nightclubs, they weren't sanctioned and stuff like that. But we had them. And then when it finally became legal, I was gonna go pro, and then I had an accident, and then
Car accident?
no, assault accident.
You were assaulted?
More like an incident. Yeah. I got half my nose cut off from a beer bottle. So,
a bar fight.
Yeah, so that cut my career indefinitely, you know. So it took a while for me to get back, and then when I think I was gonna move in Tofino.
Over on the island?
Yeah, because I did like a year in Lake Louise and a year in the Kootenays.
Okay.
In Invermere, and so after living that life, I know that there's more to life than just working a 9 to 5 that you don't like, you know,
right.
in the city. So
Right.
I wanted to go back out there to at least Tofino. And one day I just had some epiphany, and I was like, no, we're gonna go to Thailand with my girlfriend. And so we came here for 3 months, went back home, and then after like, no, let's go out here for like a while. So, because I went back home and I just went back to my old habits. So I was like, at least in Thailand, you're like forced to train every day, you know?
So I have to tell you that
Message. Look, living it fast, spinning my eminent bag. I never go slow, thinking I'll crash. End up a thing in the past, they know I won't though. Big fish catching me, they gon' need a bigger boat. Ironic how the world stops when I spin a globe. Always showing up. Last year's song still holding up. See the
searching to go to Cambodia before we discovered, since my passport's full, they wouldn't let me come in, so we ended up going to Kuala Lumpur for a week instead because I needed to leave for the visa thing. But I noticed Jonny was spending time in Cambodia, and then when I reached out to him about interviewing him in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh, that was the original plan. And then when I came back and said, no, I can't, I said to Jonny, through messaging, we're going to be in Pattaya for a few days. He said, I live here. I have business here. And so I said, good, let's spend a few minutes together. And I really liked, as a fellow Canadian, his way of communicating. I felt, amazingly, ironically, as a fighter, a gentleness, a heart to you. So you were a kind guy who somehow gets all this energy inside to attack a competitor when you're in the ring or when you're some kind of match, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. But he knows what he's getting himself into. We both do, so you can't really feel bad about it in a sense, you know. So,
right. It's a sport.
It's a competition. It's a sport. Like there's sports like I love boxing as a sport. Now that I do bare knuckle, I hardly call it a sport or a competition, you know, just because it's way more brutal. Sports shouldn't be that brutal.
MMA, and through an incident 4 years of healing,
Yeah.
and then deciding you had to change. So what was it about Thailand originally that kind of drew your attention? Was it the Muay Thai movement, or?
No, I had a coach. He came to Thailand to get his crew license. Training with Master Toddy, Billy, from Legends MMA in Brampton.
Wow.
Yeah. So he told me that out here they have fights. You can have 100 fights in a week if you want to, theoretically, but not really. You know.
Let's sit.
Yeah, sure.
I come up close to you because of the audio, that's all.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Normally, sometimes get the mic ones on the side.
You know what, this GoPro, I'm a simple guy.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna do all the fancy stuff. I use a phone and a GoPro, and that's it. And when I edit, I try to make sure people can hear, and if they can't, I just type in the important words so people get your message. You know, when I ask these questions, where you came from and how you got here, and what the last one will be, what your dream is. I'm doing this because I have a passion for good small business owners, which you are. Musicians are, athletes are, they're all good small business owners. She is in the beauty business, a good small business owner. And now we're much more to each other, enjoying each other's company and time. So I do this to inspire people through your story. And I do it to somehow help in a little way promote what it is you want to promote. Maybe getting one new student or one new customer or one new partner or one new sponsor or one new something for you. For me, I get purpose from this. And my work is along the ways. Good small business owners hire me to help them with their business formally. This I do just because it's a great way of, during the last 4 years, all the nonsense, I needed something to keep my juices flowing. My brother, who lived in Brazil 12 years and knows the Brazilian style fighting I love him with all my heart. He's a great brother. He's the one that said I should make the videos. So that's just to give you a little background on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
I was looking at your videos before. Yeah.
Hopefully in some way it's going to help get a new audience or two for you that you don't touch, that maybe I touch. And I've met some good people. Yesterday I interviewed Lucas, Rides for Kicks. He's long-term one of the top YouTubers here in Pattaya. He does great videos, 100,000 viewers and subscribers, I think.
Ride for Kicks?
Rides for Kicks. Lucas is a great guy.
Probably, right, sounds familiar.
Motorcycles, travel, and focused on Pattaya.
Cool.
So let's come back to your story. Thailand. You had a coach that did some training here. So he's the one that said, Johnny, why don't you think about Thailand as a place to go do what?
To fight.
That was it.
Because when I had the accident, I was like 25 in my prime. And then by the time I was like able to try to compete again, I was like near 28. So I was in a rush. So I was like, how am I gonna, in Canada it's very difficult to get fights, you know, because of the health system, you know, they pay for your health care, so they don't want to spend money on you, right? So everything's gonna be super regulated. You gotta get your medical, CT scan to fight professional. So ideally, you can maybe fight maximum 3 times a year if you like do the per fight every time, in like pro boxing, right? In Thailand, I can fight every single day because there's no sanctioning body, so they don't care about anything. Right? There's like even I have a lot of fights. Most of the big fights, I check my blood. Right? So like HIV, anything like
virus.
that. Hepatitis normally they're looking for, right?
Okay.
And in Thailand, if you fight locally, you don't know what the other person has. So that's kind of like a risk you take. That I think now I'm starting to, because the other day I fought. What is it? Yeah, it depends on what type of fighting you do, right? Because, like for example, like bare knuckle, like you bleed a lot. You know?
You do bare knuckle, no gloves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do everything. I'm a MMA fighter, Muay Thai fighter.
Tell me, because a lot of these people know about it and that's it.
Yeah.
They know Dana White, you know, they know a few of the big celebrities. They know Connor trying to make a difference in Ireland.
Yeah.
They know others that are doing a good work using this platform that I support because I'm a freedom lover. I'm a lover of freedom, free choice on everything. And so I'm very much opposed to what happened the last 4 years.
No, I understand. Yeah.
So-
which is one of the reasons why I stay in places like this now, because I don't. After being in the pandemic and being outside and seeing that things weren't so bad here, and seeing everyone panic, and then when things got bad here, it wasn't really like it was bad. Obviously, there's a lot of people that died, but at the same time, I just everyone back home was super unhappy, you know, and there were certain ways, for example, like cryptocurrency, you know, where I was keeping an eye on it, how like some people started getting like filthy rich from it, and then how the governments put their foot down and imposed and said, no way you're gonna be making this kind of money. And when I realized that, and I saw that myself and experienced it firsthand, I realized that like, wow, I guess, you know, working like making money isn't their you making money isn't their goal, you know, it's actually opposing to their goal. So I was kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to live in the kind of system that normal people live. I want to live free,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So that's kind of why I stay here. I feel more free here.
So you fight all kinds of fights, and people can look that up, and we can maybe do a little bit of an overview. And if you've got, when you have a moment, maybe 2 or 3 30-second or less clips of you fighting,
Yeah.
I will insert those inside our conversation. As a Canadian coming here initially, was it difficult? You came to fight, not necessarily be a business owner, because that's got all kinds of issues, right? And now there's a Muay Thai 1-year visa I think you can get to come to Thailand, right?
Yeah, or while you're in Thailand.
Or while you're in
Yeah,
Thailand.
we actually do that at my gym as well. We work with a visa company.
Okay.
And then we also Rage Fight Academy.
Okay.
Which is near,
Rage Fight Academy.
Yeah, Rage Fight Academy, and that is Pattaya, I think Soy 15.
I will put that in here, so maybe somebody's going to end up watching that is at a crossroads like you. You went through a tragic assault, changed your life, right?
Yeah.
You needed to capitalize on the shortness of your prime. You came to Thailand to fight. You fought some matches. Was it all good in the beginning of your Thailand experience?
Yeah. I fought 3 times, 3 KOs, and then COVID happened. And then,
Wow.
and then I was like, okay. And then nothing for a year, and then my money just kept getting
Low.
down. Because I saved quite a bit to come here. And and then out of desperation that it was going down, I made some bad investments and lost more money, and then I was like, ugh. And I remember I have a friend, his name is Steve Rose.
Steve Rose, okay.
Yeah, he's from Canada. He fought for the world title. He fought Triple G, and he got knocked out in 5 rounds, but he made $1 million. And I was
Off the fight?
off the fight. So, because it was a lot of money that I lost. So I was like, how am I gonna go get this kind of money in such short a time? You know, or like, because if I go back home, I'm gonna be back into like, I was a bartender back home, right? So I'll be back to like slaving away, which is, it was okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah. So I was like, I gotta maybe just fight now, and see how that takes me. Maybe I get lucky and I get something like him. That's a little, I'm trying to see like to get that, right? Because that's the end goal.
A big match. You want to be in
for
a
sure,
title
for sure.
fight type
I
of
want to
thing.
get paid for $1 million. Yeah, that's the ultimate.
Here in Thailand or anywhere?
Anywhere. Most likely be out of the country.
Okay.
But it's getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you fought 3 times, 3 KOs. COVID happens. Money's going down. 1 year, it's quiet. You're training, I imagine.
Yeah, training,
But
more relaxing than
feeling
training.
Oh,
I was living on Koh Samui at the time.
Oh.
I was living island life. You know, I adopted 3 dogs, a cat, and I was just living the life. And then, when I got serious, I was like, shit, I gotta do something. So I started looking on Facebook for fights, you know, and then I saw that Full Metal Dojo.
And they know what's up. Price hit the top and it's going up. I'm a trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals.
And Phuket. So I commented on it, and one of my good friends, Ryan Donnelly from Canada, that we fought Underground MMA too, he actually was working for them, and I didn't know, and he's like, I vouch for Jonny Tello, and then they called me and they gave me a fight, and then from there.
How did you do?
I knocked him out in the 2nd round, yeah. So after that, it was like, and it was kind of like a spectacle thing, because he was like 6'4", you know? So, and then when I knocked him out, that's when everything...
6'4".
Yeah.
You're 5'10"?
5'8".
And what do you weigh?
Now about 83 kg. Yeah.
So he was what, 130 kg, 6'4". He was a big guy. Almost,
yeah, he was a big guy.
Almost
Yeah.
twice.
We're about the same height. Actually, I had to lose a lot of weight for that fight because I got real fat. I was doing nothing but drinking beer and eating burgers and barbecue. I wasn't training that much. I was sparring all the time, but I wasn't training that much.
I'm thinking here so you grew up and there's something inside of you that's unique. I mean, in hockey, fighting was part of hockey, but it was a different kind of thing. It was.
Yeah.
You have an assault, but it's still in your blood. It's what you do, and it's who you are, and it's what you
screws loose.
It's what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Comes up to this fight in Phuket, and you know this guy's a big guy.
Yeah. I was actually super scared.
Okay, this is what I'm getting at.
The week before, I was like, to my girlfriend, I was like, babe, I don't think I can do this. Why did I sign up for this fight? I should just go get another, look for an English teaching job or something.
Sure.
She's like, no, you gotta do it. Don't be a pussy. And I was like, I know, I feel sick, to be honest. I was like faking it. That's how I started. I was faking being sick. And then she's like, just go for a run and see how you feel. And that day I ran, I think the longest I've ever ran in my life. I put some headphones on and I ran like from where I live all the way. It was fun. And then back.
Thinking, processing.
Yeah. And then I got motivated halfway through. When I came back, I'm like, let's do it. And then my dog ate my girlfriend's passport. Yeah.
Did you hear that, honey? Hey, Tina, he had 3 dogs. Kosamui. His girlfriend dog ate his passport.
Yeah.
Passport, 8.
So then we tried it. Well, it was half damaged. You know, it was still like visible, but like some of the parts were bit off. So I tried to go to the airport with it, and then they're like, no. And then I was like, fuck this, I'm not going there. And then she was still pushing me, like, you gotta go. So we drove there to Phuket. And then
took the ferry and then long drive.
Yeah, I think. We drove there. Yeah, we took the ferry to the long drive, and then we got there, and then and then it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. Because then I got with them, the guys that do the show there,
right? Promoters.
They also work with their Fight Circus, which is the other thing I do.
Fight Circus.
Fight Circus.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like really tied in with all of them.
And what is that? That sounds like a circus.
It is a circus. It's a circus fight show. It's like if John says the best, John Nutt, the CEO. It's like if UFC met WWE, you know, and put some comedy.
But it's real. It's not fake.
Yeah.
It's not staged, but it's embellished.
Yeah. It's more like WWE. You know, there was like a fight I had, which is the Wheel of Violence, where like you spin a wheel, and wherever it lands, you do it. You know. And me and the guy were going at it, but there's times where I hit him and I was like, "You okay, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then I would check a kick, or he would check a kick, and he would ask me the same thing, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then we were trying, like, there was a couple times where I was about to like kind of knock him out, and I was like, "I let him go," you know, just because there's no record on it. We're not trying to kill each other, but at the same time, we're still going at it, right?
Are they Thai or mostly foreign fighters that you're fighting here in Thailand?
I think I fight. I don't know. It's split. Yeah. I find a lot of Thais and a lot of foreigners. Yeah.
What's interesting that whenever I've watched a little bit of a fight or talked to anybody, and I know very little, the camaraderie.
Yeah.
The fact that you are combatants, competitors in the ring or whatever the environment is, but after you have respect for each other, having gone through what you've gone through, both trying to win.
Yeah. You feel for the other person at the end always, whether you win or lose, because you know that like you guys share the same kind of journey in there, you know, and you know it's not an easy journey like to go in. Yeah, sure, like the fighting is fun. I find it fun, even the bare knuckle. But like knowing the damage you get, the swelling you gotta deal with after, especially bare knuckle, you know, the recovery phase that's not the best. You know, your hands are broken or things like that. So you know, at the end of the fight, you're just like, good fight, man, that was a good one. There's no animosity towards it. I always felt like a lot of guys deal with their issues that way, especially before. You know, like we'd have a problem and best friends, and then we fight, and then after we're even closer friends. You know.
Right. Can you take that? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's good.
Go ahead. We'll get the beauty queens. So how do you know him?
My dad worked for him. Something like that.
Nice. So you're going to run this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come to the shop, yeah.
First time
Yes.
in this kind of business?
Yeah, it's
So you have to
just
learn all.
look up
Yeah.
Queen
But
Victoria
I like
Inn,
Canadian.
soy
I like
sauce.
beef, so
Okay?
it's okay.
English is good, perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
Beach
you.
Road. It's on Beach
Thai,
Road.
is her Thai okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Salim.
Center, yeah. Ay, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center.
B.O.D. Get the spell check, a fact check, and prevent errors going up. See the bent lever, jalapeno hot, y'all just red peppers. All y'all copy copies, but I'm left center. And your shorty
He
glitchy.
built this place. He built this table. Yeah. The family built this table. Did almost everything.
Upstairs is what? Is your apartment?
No. We have 2 floors. We have
Okay.
this, and then we have a lounge space that we're finishing up.
Okay.
Should be done this weekend.
Hello. Sawasdee krap. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, what a nice place.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the better shops, eh?
Is it? Yeah, I hope so. I'm kind of shooting. That's another thing about fighting nowadays. You know, like the bigger my name gets, the better it helps the businesses.
Okay, so Elevate is your new business opening next week.
Yep.
And so talk about this business then. Let's educate people who don't know. My only experience with marijuana, I'll tell you, because I know very little about the whole thing, is I had a cousin who had pancreatic cancer and nothing was working. It was years ago. My brother and I visited him farm in Saskatchewan. And his wife, Alice, had found edibles that could be shipped for medicinal purposes at that time. And it dealt with his pain. Didn't create a lot of anxiety or anything. That's my experience. Is yours primarily recreational?
Yeah, you know what? Like as a fighter, you can't really drink. You know.
Right.
So at least if you're gonna be a responsible fighter. So what happens is that when you train all the time, it's hard to cope with the pain sometimes, especially if you're training like 2 times a day, everything. Some people can, but me, I'd rather not. You know. So sometimes it makes you feel like I want a beer just to ease it. You know. People do other things, but cannabis works for me. It makes me feel relaxed.
Smoking or eating or both?
Depends. Like if I'm not training, like if I'm not training, for example, I'll smoke, you know, here and there.
Okay.
But I don't smoke much.
Okay.
Just like maybe a couple times a week, you know.
Okay.
And then edibles, I'll take that if I'm training because then I know smoke in my lungs, you know.
Right.
Just take small amounts to just kind of like not really get me high, but just get my body a little bit relaxed,
So
you know.
allows you to cope with the pain you're maybe feeling from the match, the recovery and all the rest?
From the training.
From the training.
Training, yeah. From the
It's
training.
not the match, it's the training.
No, match, yeah.
So it's ongoing treatment in a way.
Yeah. Because it's hard. It's hard to like train like 6 hours a day, you know?
6 hours you're
When
training?
you're training full time and just fight series, you gotta be training like minimum 4 hours a day. Minimum. That's like not every day. No, 4 to 6 hours, like 6 days a week. So you gotta go, and like your body can only cope so much without you like being comatose at night. Sometimes, you know, smoking a little weed just takes the edge off.
So why did you choose this business?
You know, I've always liked cannabis. You know,
Okay,
I'm
sure.
Canadian, so I grew up in an environment where it was like pretty normal.
Okay.
I met these 2 partners of mine, they're great guys, and
Met some good people here?
yeah.
Okay.
And then they like cannabis too. So
Okay.
you know, there was the boom going on, and in the meantime, I was kind of like watching all the other businesses, some go up, some go down, and I was like, hey, I know how to do this. Do you guys want to try? And then they're like, yeah. So here we go. Now Elevate is almost off the ground.
So are you the primary owner or you have partners?
Yeah,
or-
partners. Yeah.
Okay, but you're the face of the business.
Maybe I don't know about that. It makes me it's kind of like because of what I do, it correlates to me sometimes being the face of the business.
The products are all grown
I'd
in
rather
Thailand.
get a hot girl. I can sell more, but
The products are grown here in Thailand?
yeah, everything is locally grown in Thailand from Thai farms. Yeah,
All legal.
all legal, all legal.
Was it easy to get licensing and open a business?
Yeah, I worked with a great company named Vincent.
Vincent?
Right? Yeah, based out of Koh Samui, where I used to live, and in Bangkok.
Okay.
And they've been taking care of almost everything license-wise with me, and they've been great. And they're my major supplier, and yeah, so things have been going good with them. We're also working together on doing some bike shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're a sponsor as well?
Yeah. They're a sponsor.
Working
as well.
together with you on the other side of your life.
Yeah. And a couple of one of their products is also sponsoring me as a fighter. So it's good. It's a good deal that we have going on.
Do you anticipate any problems or issues being walking on this street? And I can imagine the nightlife. I can imagine.
Yeah,
Does it
nightlife
get
here is
crazy?
insanity. Yeah. Opening here, like as I was building the place, I was kind of like, man, I wish I opened up somewhere like quiet. But like, you know, at the end of the day, it's about making money. So you have a lot of foot traffic in here. We haven't been
Hit it dead center, hit it dead center.
B.O.D. Get the spell check, a fact check, and prevent errors going up. See the bent lever, jalapeno hot, y'all just red peppers. All y'all copping copies, but I'm left center. And your shorty glitching.
still get people coming in here. The other day I was like doing something on the table downstairs, and some guys coming upstairs. I'm like, hey, can I help you? Are you with the AC guys? They're like, no, I want to buy. And I was like, we're not even open yet. And like that day, 3 people came. So far, it's been like that every day. So with that kind of pattern happening, I think we'll be doing okay.
Good
you know?
business?
Yeah. There's a lot of. The thing is, there's a lot of cannabis.
We've seen it walking these 2
crazy.
days walking around.
crazy.
Every other building is a massage, a cannabis store,
7-Eleven.
a 7-Eleven, some drugstores, the conventional, traditional ones, and a bar.
Yeah.
Those are the businesses,
Pretty much.
right?
Yeah.
Will you have enough product when you open? Or are you going to sell out right away?
I hope so. I hope we have enough, but I hope we sell out, you know?
Johnny, I think I know the answer to this last question, which is your dream.
Yeah.
And I think I heard it downstairs. But you tell me your dream, maybe on different levels, as a fighter, as a man, as somebody who's living and embraced Thailand, maybe as your country of for the rest of your life, maybe, right? What are the dreams for you?
You're right, it's complex because there's a lot of things, but I think ultimately when it comes to fighting, I would like to be a champion, you know, a champion of the world one day. That'd be in something.
In MMA,
In something.
any
Give me a world title.
A world title, okay.
I was a world title champion and the best in the world before.
so you are a future world title
Yeah,
holder.
that's-
Let's claim that.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
For you.
Whether that's BKFC, MMA, Muay Thai, whatever. But you give
You
me
can
an
do it
opportunity,
all.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hop around because big opportunities pop off on like different things, and I take it. You know, life's about taking opportunities, not about waiting for them. So, or creating them.
Right.
Yeah. But ultimately, I'm fishing for freedom. You know, like to become like truly free. So that means, you know, making some money, you know, and then just living life good, you know. I want to die with no regrets and proud of myself at the end of the day, you know. Last thing I want to do is die not proud of myself. So I keep pushing, you know.
You are a good man. Let's have a picture together by your elevate here. Somehow we gotta get that in there. We'll get it there like that. So good man, Jonny Tello. Thank you for spending time with me. And elevate for all of my friends and new friends, old friends, anybody that'll watch the Pattaya playlist on Soy 6. I think you're going to be able to trust this man, his product.
Yes. We
This
know everything
business?
about it. Like anything you come in here, what your symptoms are, if you're here for medical stuff, what can help you. If you're looking for a specific kind of experience, we can help you with that. Multiple products, CBD, everything. So we're fully like encyclopedia in here. So you come in and we'll tell you everything.
Take care of people.
Yeah, that's kind of the point because a lot of places you go in and then be like, oh, I want to
Get high.
Yeah, no, they just say I want like a sativa heavy hybrid, and they're like, oh, you Google it. Like, legit, not paraphrasing. Yeah.
Also, if you're watching and you're connected, your brother, your sister, your mother, somebody's connected to one of the big platforms anywhere in the world, here's a man that should be on your fight card, who's willing to go wherever, because he's going to one day soon be a world title holder. I believe it. Right? Thank you, man.
Yeah, you too.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter, told them before, but they don't listen. Better, bring a better bad because I'm bigger, better. Solo, single, selling several shows at every single second. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Kinda came and crushed the competition, hope they get the message. Look, living it fast, spinning my eminent bag. I never go slow, thinking I'll crash. End up a thing in the past, they know I won't though. Big fish catching me, they gon' need a bigger boat. Ironic how the world stops when I spin a globe. Always showing up. Last year's song still holding up. See the name now and they know what's up. Price hit the top and it's going up. I'm a trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center.
B.O.D. Get the spell check, a fact check, and prevent errors going up. See the bent lever, jalapeno hot, y'all just red peppers. All y'all copy copies, but I'm left center. And your shorty glitching on.
Only thing if you can fix the coffee. Beautiful people. Beautiful to go to the first floor.